So hi guys, my name is Jeremy Oyangurin and I am going to continue the topic about the human flourishing. So we're going to tackle about the science and results, science as education, and how much is too much. So we'll go first to the science and results. So people who do not understand science are won over the discipline is able to produce results. Similar to when Jesus performed miracles and garnered followers. People are sold over the capacity of science to do stuff they cannot fully comprehend. Some communities without access to science, they can turn to divination and superstition and get the same results. Science is not entirely foolproof, such that it is correct 100% of the time. Weather reports, for one, illustrate fallibility and limitations of their scope, as well as their inability to predict disasters. The best that can be done during an upcoming disaster is to reinforce materials to be more calamity-proof and restore the area upon impact. It cannot concluded that science does not monopolize the claim for definite results. So, science and result. So just what I have mentioned earlier, some communities without access to science tend to believe in superstitious, like what happened before when there is no science. We tend to like we will relate it to religion. Like we tend to praise the rocks, fish, and any other living creatures or non-living creatures. So let's go down to science as education. There is no such thing as singular scientific methods, offering instead a variety of procedures that scientists can experiment with to get results and call them science. If one is really in pursuit of human flourishing, it would make sense for them to pursue it holistically. Simply mastering science and technology would be inadequate if we are to, say, socialize with people or ruminate on our inner self. Aristotle's eudaimonic person is required to be knowledgeable about science, among other things of equal importance. They are supposed to possess intellectual virtues that will enable them to determine truth from falsehood or good reasoning from poor reasoning. A true eudaimon recognizes that flourishing requires one to excel in various dimensions such as linguistic, kinetic, and socio-civic. Thus, he understands that he should not focus on one aspect alone. So in our everyday life, science is really important. It can be used in any ways or anything that you will be doing. It will be applied in any parts or like example, linguistic. So next is that how much is too much? In 2000, world leaders signed the Millennium Development Goals, or MDG, that targets 8 concerns, one of which states that they should be able to forge a global partnership for development. Growth presents an illusory notion of sustainability. The world's resources can only provide so much. It cannot be expected to stretch out for everybody's consumption over a long period of time. The world is developing day by day, and human inventions in today's modern time, while it may be of convenience to our kind, our creations will damage the world in the long run. The population is growing bigger, and the resources needed to sustain such growth is getting scarce. Instead of increasing people, it would be for the good of everyone if people let nature recover its resources first. So Joseph Hickel suggested that developed countries should not push forth more growth, but instead adopt the development. That's why we have right now the family planning, in order for us to not increase more the population. Right now, we are experiencing repercussions of said exploits in the hands of man-made climate change, which would snowball and affect majority of flora and fauna, driving half of the latter extinct in less than 100 years from now. If this continues in its currently alarming rate, we might bring about our own extinction. So as what these last words, if this continues in its currently alarming rate, we might bring about our own extinction. So, increase of population will also increase the pollution caused by people, and it will lead to climate change. That is why we have different climate, and we will be able longer to predict it. And sometimes science will no longer be able to predict the current situation right now. It's because of the climate change caused by overpopulation. Thank you.